Hey y'all, it's Jenny. I just wanted to talk about something that I was very scared about. So I sent a questionnaire on Facebook to places that had thousands of people that could maybe answer for me because I was really scared. I didn't know if it was just me or not. And the responses I got back were amazing. It told me it was not just me as a brain injury survivor. This is something that many survivors, not all survivors, just many survivors do also experience. And I came up with the phrase because I've checked on all kinds of places, medical places, uh, from doctors and everything, and I've never found any place where a doctor has actually told anybody about this. I've actually had people say, "Thank you for putting this into words." So I've called this the delayed pain response. What it is it seems like after our injury, our brain injury, we've had so much of a beep, beep, beep alarm go off in our head from pain that after a while our pain has turned down the volume of that beep, beep, beep because there's so much else going on with our brain. It's worrying about focusing on confusion and anxiety and everything else. And then after the pain has subsided somewhat, it hasn't remembered to turn that volume back up and is worried about thinking about how do we do this, what's going on, and trying to relearn and everything else. The, the pain response is not there. We end up with big old bruises and lumps and cuts, and we look at them, we're like, we have no idea where that came from. We don't remember ever doing it. You all know what I'm talking about, or many of you know what I'm talking about. And I had something that scared the heck out of me a couple of weeks ago, or a week or so ago, and where I woke up one day, and the night before I went to bed, I was perfectly fine. Everything had been going la da da la. And the next day I woke up and I could not walk from the hip down to the behind my knee. I had huge spasm every time I put weight on my leg, on my one leg. It would absolutely collapse beneath me and spasm. I'm like scared to death. I had no idea what was going on, what I could have done. There was no mark, no nothing. The fear in the racing mind was going, oh my gosh, something's wrong. Something's wrong. You need to call your mommy. And then I was thinking, oh my gosh, no, I don't want to because I don't want to know. And I had no marks, no bruises, no nothing. And it took 2 days before it finally dawned on me with my short-term memory. And I almost fell out of my chair laughing when I finally realized it was something that I had done the week before, of something majorly active where I'd gone and gone and gone and pushed myself past my physical limits of what I'm able to do on a routine basis, where I had just stretched the muscle and it was just spasming on me. And it took almost a week before the response from what I've done had kicked in. I've had responses from people that have accidentally poured oil on their body as an accident while at the stove, and watching it, knowing it was wrong and realizing that this should hurt, but not feeling any pain at all until days later. I've had people that have touched something really hot and thinking, oh my gosh, I should not be touching this, and having somebody else tell them, put it down, that's hot, and still not having any pain the day later, noticing rough raised skin on their hand, but not having any pain. I've had people thank me for putting this into words for them because they had no clue what was going on for them. I've had people go, yes, 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 and other people respond going, this is me, this is me, this is me, etc., etc., etc. I've had shouts out the wazoo from people going, oh my gosh, yes, yes, I agree, oh my gosh. And people going, like. And this is from far and wide, all over the place, around the world. And this blew me away. I honestly thought this was just me. I've never had a doctor ever that I remember ever discuss this or tell anyone. And everybody else has never, that has responded to this, has ever had anyone tell them the same thing. So I think I've just coined a new phrase, and it's not something I'm proud about, but something that we need to be aware of If we get any kind of an injury of any sort that we know or we think should have hurt, we need to go and write it down and tape it to our mirror in the bathroom or on the front of our refrigerator so we know what day we had that kind of an injury, and then we can see, and it's there for us to see. So if in a few days or in a week we start feeling pain, we can go and we see it, and we're not so scared when we feel the reaction from it, because we may have a delayed pain response. I've even had somebody who broke their ankle thinking it was just sprained, and tried to attempt to walk on it for 2 days thinking, oh, it's just sprained. And 2 days later, they ended up going to the emergency room and were told it was broken. This is a delayed pain response. I just wanted to share that because this is such a major safety issue for us all. And we need to be aware of this for our own personal safety. Hugs, y'all. I love you. Later, Gators. Cheers.